Did you know that Wright Brothers originally started as bicycle salesmen?
Who?
Meet Wilbur and Orville Wright, dudes who literally invented airplanes in their backyard before you could even microwave a Hot Pocket. These are the Wright Brothers. Wilbur, tall, bald, genius. Orville, younger, artsy, had better hair. Together, they were a human equivalent of duct tape and ambition. They didn't go to college.
Nope.
They didn't work in a lab.
Nope.
They worked in a bike shop. Because apparently that's all it takes to change the future of transportation.
Well, probably takes a little bit more than that.
Quick reminder, at this time, nobody believed human flight was possible. Scientists were like, the math says no. The birds were like, good luck, losers. So naturally, they did the only reasonable thing. They started building a flying machine in Dayton, Ohio, which is known for exactly 0 flights. They moved their operation to Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, because it had strong winds, soft sand, and almost no people to watch them fail. And oh boy, they failed. Broken wings, crashes, a literal catapult system they invented to launch the plane. But in 1903, after years of wrecks and haters, they did this. On December 17th, 1903, Orville Wright flew 120 feet in 12 seconds. Which sounds short, but it was the beginning of everything. Commercial flights, jet engines.
Annoying airport security.
It all started because 2 guys were too stubborn to give up. You think people would freak out, right? Nope.
What?
Newspapers buried the story like it didn't even exist. The US military said, meh. Meanwhile, France was like, wait, is that plane stuff real? So the Wright brothers went to Europe and flexed hard. Wilbur flew in front of thousands. People gasped. Kings cheered. Suddenly, they were international legends. France won. America still trying to catch up. After proving they invented flight, they did what any reasonable inventors would do. They sued everyone. Anyone who built a plane, that's our idea. Even other pioneers like Glenn Curtiss sued. The Wrights basically invented the airplane and then said, now pay us royalties forever, nerds.
Bit harsh, no?
Classic. Wilbur died young, at just 45, from typhoid. Orville lived until 1948, long enough to see jet engines in World War II. That's bad. But their original plane, it's now the Smithsonian, which in case you don't know, that's a museum in New York. And in 1969, when we landed on the moon, they took a piece of it with them. Because without Wilbur and Orville, there'll be no Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong. Just 2 bike mechanics with big dreams and no chill. So in conclusion, the Wright brothers invented flight, were ignored, got famous in France, sued the entire aviation industry, and changed the world as we know it. This has been Important Dead People. Subscribe for Harambe!
And more historical drama.